A Valediction, Forbidding Mourning, poem by
John Donne.
The social and the political background of the poem.
Presented by
Ms. E. R. Anurada, Assistant Professor of English, Department of English, PSGR Krishnammal College for Women, Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, India. Forbidding Mourning. Social and political background of A Valediction. The poem was written around 1611, during the late Elizabethan and early Jacobean period, a time marked by major social, religious, and political changes in England. These conditions shaped Donne's worldview and influenced the tone and ideas of the poem. 1. Religious tension in England. 1. Religion was a major source of conflict. A. Donne's Catholic background. Donne was born into a Roman Catholic family during a time when Catholics faced persecution. They were barred from office, university degrees, and faced suspicion and fines. B. Donne's later conversion to Anglicanism. To survive socially and politically, he converted to the Church of England. This shift created personal conflict, reflected in his poetry's spiritual depth and metaphysical tone. How it influences the poem. The poem treats love as sacred, spiritual, private, reflecting Donne's sensitivity to religious persecution. His emphasis on inner spiritual truth over outward display echoes the religious climate of distrust and secrecy. Donne wrote during the reign of James I, 1603 to 1625. This period saw rising conflict between the monarchy and parliament, growing anxieties about foreign invasions, the aftermath of the Gunpowder Plot, 1605, economic struggles. Donne himself was politically ambitious, but failed to secure a stable government position. How it appears in the poem. The poem's calm, controlled tone contrasts with the unstable political environment. There is a desire for inner peace in a world of outer turmoil. Donne's rational, philosophical control reflects a need for stability during political insecurity. 3. Social hierarchy and the role of marriage. A. Donne's secret marriage. Donne married, and more secretly in 1600. This caused financial hardship, loss of political career, social disgrace. The marriage was strong emotionally, but difficult socially. Influence on the poem. The poem was written for and before Donne left on a diplomatic journey. It emphasizes private loyalty, spiritual unity, and quiet dignity, themes arising from their real-life social struggles. Donne assures her that despite external pressures, their love is stable and unbreakable. 4. Scientific and intellectual change. The early 17th century was a time of new scientific discoveries. New ideas influenced Donne's metaphors. Astronomy, Ptolemaic spheres, navigation and geography compasses, metallurgy, gold beaten thin. In the poem, Donne uses scientific imagery to give logical, reasoned arguments about love. This reflects a society shifting from medieval superstition to early modern scientific thinking. 5. Social value of stoicism and restraint. Early 17th century, society admired self-control, especially in the upper classes. Dramatic emotional displays were considered vulgar. Stoicism was a sign of dignity. In the poem, Donne forbids dramatic mourning, no tear floods, nor sigh tempests. He promotes a rational, composed response to separation, mirroring social expectations of elite behavior. Historical background of A Valediction. 1. Written in 1611 during Donne's farewell to his wife. John Donne wrote A Valediction, forbidding mourning in 1611 when he had to travel to France on a diplomatic mission with Sir Robert Drury. His wife, and Donne, was pregnant and emotionally fragile. Donne wrote the poem to comfort her and reassure her that their spiritual love would not be weakened by physical distance. Thus, the poem reflects a real emotional occasion in Donne's life. Late Renaissance/early 17th century England. The poem belongs to the Jacobean era, reign of James I, 1603 to 1625. This period was marked by strong interest in science and new discoveries, magnetism, astronomy, compasses, cosmology. Expansion of navigation and voyages, which influenced Donne's metaphors, moving of the earth, the compasses. Rising popularity of metaphysical poetry, characterized by intellect plus emotion. Thus, the poem reflects the scientific curiosity and intellectual environment of the age. 3. Personal struggles in Donne's life. John Donne faced financial difficulties after marrying and more secretly and losing his job, a long period of unemployment and instability, anxiety about traveling, being separated from his family, and his wife's health. The poem's calm, philosophical tone is Donne's attempt to rise above emotional pain and present a more spiritual view of love. 4. Religious background. Donne was born a Roman Catholic, but in Protestant England, this was dangerous. Catholics faced persecution, restrictions, and suspicion. Donne eventually converted to Anglicanism and later became a preacher. His religious journey gave him a sense of spiritual introspection, belief in the soul's eternal nature, ability to blend religion and emotion. This shaped the poem's focus on spiritual love over physical love. 5. Influence of contemporary scientific thought. The poem references astronomy, moving of the spheres, geography, gold beaten thin, mathematical instruments, the famous compass metaphor. This reflects the early 17th century's scientific revolution, Galileo, Kepler, and new navigation technologies. Donne's metaphysical style merges science plus emotion, making the poem intellectually rich. 6. Literary context. The poem is part of the metaphysical poetry movement, characterized by complex imagery, conceits, philosophical tone, spiritual interpretation of love. Donne was writing against the background of Elizabethan Romantic poetry, offering a more intellectual and psychological approach to love. Thank you so much for patient listening to this audiobook, and stay tuned to listen to another audiobook. Bye. Take care. Have a great day ahead. See you guys.